Hi, this is Rick Sovitzky from Chortek. I'm making this video on converting from QuickBooks Desktop to QuickBooks Online when you're using JobBOSS2 because I couldn't find decent information on the internet that definitively explained how the process works. And so, that's the purpose of the video. I'm hoping you're going to find it helpful if you've been wondering and thinking, hey, maybe you should make this transition. First, why bother? Well, I have other videos that talk about the benefits of using QBO with JobBOSS2. So go ahead and check those out. I'm not going to repeat all those. There's really, in my opinion, no substantial benefit of sticking with desktop. That's my opinion. And so I encourage you to make the transition. There's a lot of, as I shared in my other videos, add-ons and additional enhancements you get when you're part of the QBO online world. So with that, what does the process look like? Here's an overview, and I'm going to share a few more details in a moment. Basically, you turn off the integration from JobBOSS2 into QB Desktop, and then you convert your QuickBooks data into it's made that process very easy and very powerful. And then you're going to review the data that converted from desktop to online. When you're comfortable and have verified that things are looking good, then you are going to turn on the integration back from JobBOSS2, this time to QBO. And then after you have the conversion and you're live again, there's a few other things that you can do in QBO, take advantage of some of the enhancements or the additional benefits. Not everything is just automatically exactly the same as it was in desktop. And so there's some post-migration tasks that you can do. But basically, here's a few details on the process itself. Number one, if you are using Payroll in QuickBooks Desktop and you want to continue Payroll in QB, you're going to want to very carefully pay attention to the before and after details. I'm going to strongly recommend that you do a test conversion and that you and anyone else on your team that actually processes Payroll truly understands, all right, how is the process going to work when you make the transition, in addition to comparing, the reports before and after. Okay, so that's a big, big topic. I'm not going to go into any more detail right now other than please look at that carefully. Similarly, from a compliance perspective, sales tax is another area you're going to want to pay attention to. If you're charging sales tax today in desktop, please look carefully at how it can or should be set up in online, and don't simply duplicate the way you've always been doing it perhaps in desktop. Take the time to understand how it's supposed to work in online, and that might involve you making some process changes. Okay, if you have any integrations, shipping integration into desktop or any other add-in, take a careful look at what those add-ins are doing and understand how it's going to work in QBO. Don't save that as a detail for post-go live and then be scrambling. Okay, I mentioned before, you can, and I highly recommend that you do a test conversion. In essence, you convert your data, but you're not going to go live the very next hour or the next day, but instead give your team, yourself and your team, some breathing room. Take a few days, a week or two, to get into QBO, understand how it works, get comfortable with the changes. It obviously looks different when you're navigating around, and then do the conversion again. All right? Separate topic here, I strongly suggest that you use this time and opportunity to archive or condense your data. In short, Intuit gives you the ability in desktop itself to go through this utility process of condensing your data and basically reducing the number of transactions. And as you do so, you can specify the date. Everything before the date you give on this process in this little wizard is going to get removed permanently, but it's going to get replaced with a journal entry of the net effect of those transactions. And you can either do it in one big journal entry or month by month by month, which is what I recommend. So if you're going to basically get rid of 5 years worth of old data, you're going to have 60 trial balances, 60 journal entries over that period. So you still know the net effect on the financials, but all the detail, all the invoices, all the checks, all that stuff is gone. You still have your QuickBooks Desktop backup file that you could always open if you need to, if you wanted to see the additional detail, but you're not bringing it into QBO. And my suggestion of why you would bother doing this is just to clear things up. It's just that much easier, in my opinion, when you and your team aren't looking at data that's 9, 10, or longer years old. So that's my suggestion. Process is relatively simple if it doesn't work, because it says, hey, there's some errors in your data. You have to repair it. I strongly recommend that you go through that process and methodically repair it. That may be when you want to reach out and give us a ring if you're having challenges with that, or another desktop, QuickBooks Desktop professional. But it is possible to methodically get those fixed. Then you can condense, and then you can convert. All right. When you've actually finished and you're comfortable with the converted data, there are two help files that you're going to want to review before you initiate this process. It basically is a step-by-step guide. A few of the steps you can do beforehand, but almost everything else you're going to do as you literally flip the switch and say, hey, I want to talk to QBO. At the very end of the process, it's going to ask you, there's a little button to click on, say connect to QBO. Asks you to log in, enter your name and password, and then every time I've ever done it, I get a weird error message at that point from JobBOSS2. And it looks like, whoa, what's going on? All I'm going to suggest is that you just do that last step again. You literally say connect to QBO, enter your name, password, and click OK. Every time I've done it, it then works the second time. If it works the first time for you, great. Maybe they fixed that, but I've had it happen and you kind of wonder, oh, now what? Well, just expect it to maybe fail the first time. When you have the conversion turned on, a key thing to remember and to prep your team for is it's a real-time, in essence, integration. This is in contrast to QuickBooks Desktop integrating with JobBOSS2. Instead of running a separate process literally on the desktop or a machine that has access to QB Desktop, this is going to happen all the time. And the key here is this little checkbox, hey, edit QBO after each edit, and then also bills, basically invoices, are automatically being closed in JobBOSS2, and the key here is it's happening as they're being created. It's writing those to QBO real time, and it's not a batch process anymore. So that's one of the main benefits that you also get when you have these two working together. So please check out some of our other videos if you have questions on this topic or would like us to help you with it or simply handle it for you. Give us a ring, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. Happy to help. Thanks a lot. Bye.